All
right, come on. Hey, Shalom, Israel. I'm priest and officer of 1,000 Bar Zarwakar, filling in for 12 Shield General Mahayaman until he gets here. You know, tonight is the scripture breakdown class where you have all your questions. Make sure you get all your questions that you gathered up throughout the week, your notes, whatever questions you may have, the general will answer them when he gets here. As of right now, though, we're going to get into, what's important as Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Today, we ask ourselves what's important to our society now. What would be what? Is it moments? Is it, events? What's the most important thing to Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites according to the Bible? You understand? And let me start this off. Since 1969, the Commanding General YAHANNA, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible. There is no other, safe haven for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans today. No religion, no philosophy. None of those things provide true answers, you understand, that will fix our people. And again, what are some things that our people need fixing on? Is it a state of, again, religion? Is it a state of belief? We're going to find out today exactly what our people suffer from. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans today all suffer from the same curses. According to the book of Deuteronomy 28, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are cursed, because, we fell short of the Most High's ordinance, these laws, statutes, and commandments. The Lord wants us to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, but we don't have them nowhere. Nobody knows, what does it take or what does it require to serve the Most High God. And a lot of us, we think we go to church again. Religion, sad to say, 2025, man, we still believing in, the white Caesar Borgia. We believing in a whole bunch of customs. Again, who is Caesar Borgia? The person who they depict as Christ in the Christian church. That man who goes against what is proven in the book of Revelations, who our king is for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Christians still teach today that it's okay to love everybody when it doesn't say that in the Bible. That is a lack of knowledge, man. You understand? Wow. What we suffer for is a lack of knowledge. Matter of fact, let me get the book of Proverbs, right? Take me to Proverbs first. And let's go to 1 and we're going to go to 1. Let's go to 1 and 20. It's 1 and 22. Again, what's the importance of today is understanding who we are. Blacks, Latinos, Native American, First Nation man and woman, according to the Most High God and according to these Bible records, we are the real Jews. You understand? The real Jews, the biblical Jews. Not what you hear, not what we hear about, as far as like you hear about Jewish people. They're not, they like to say, the Jewish people are the ones who chosen from God. But again, that is a lie according to the Bible, and we can get that too. You understand that those Jewish people have stolen our identity, Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they flaunt it with disgrace. In order to serve the Most High God, you have to be an Israelite, who is a Black, Latino, and Native American. Nobody else can serve the Most High. Nobody else was giving these laws that the Most High was given to us through the Bible. You understand? And again, the Christian is not going to teach us at nothing at all that we need to serve the Most High. You can go ahead and get Proverbs 1 and 22, Baba Kashaw.
This is the book of Proverbs, the 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones?
How long, ye simple ones, man? How long, ye simple ones? What is something simple? I grew up hearing, hey, sit your simple behind down. Meaning like, you don't have no idea, what you're doing. You simple, it's simple. It says, how long? What do we mean when we say how long? Because we've been, falling under the identity of these other nations and the philosophies of these other nations. That's why, in Proverbs it's saying how long? Because how long we going to keep doing this? How long in 2025 we still consider ourselves African Americans? You know, what's that cat that you know, the own Tesla? What's his name? Say it again. Elon Musk. Is it Elon Musk? Is it Elon Musk? Yeah, that's Elon Musk, huh? The guy that did the, you know, that is, the Nazi salute, right? He considered himself African American. By law, he's a citizen. You know, he bought himself, you know, he's African American. He considered to his citizenship. So today, that strips us out of what we've been standing up for over 50 and 100 plus years, you know, us having our identity. But, you know, even the term African American don't even make sense because that's two different land masses. How can we call ourselves two different land masses? You know, when we, you know, just because you was born in water don't make you a fish. You know, we call ourselves African Americans because we suffer for the lack of knowledge. The Lord said, how long will ye simple ones? Go ahead, read on.
Okay. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
How long will we fall victim to, you know, breadcrumbs? What society gives us, you know, what they call it, like, you know, hush. They used to call it hush money. A term of hush money is by keeping somebody quiet so they don't, you know, give away no information. You know, they give us crumbs to keep us silent. You know, they give us championships. They give us, you know, idols. You know, they give us, you know, holidays. You know, I forgot it was, you know, quote unquote Black History Month. You know, you know, every day in the I.S.U.P.K. is Black History Day, man. You know, we teach Black history every day. You understand? We, you know, to give Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans just a month to be recognized is a disgrace. That should just let us know right there that America don't give a damn about us. You understand? And in the same month, you know, we have our Hispanic brothers being taken away by ICE. Right. You know, yeah, them Latinos and the Hispanics, you know, them brown Latinos, Morenas, they are our people. We are all the same people, man. You understand? But we suffer for a lack of knowledge. And the Lord is saying again, how long we these simple ones love simplicity. You know, what are we gonna keep falling for? We gonna think we're gonna get what they say 30 acres in a mule. I still today don't even understand what that's supposed to be about. You know, 30 acres. Okay, 30 acres in a mule, and that's it. You know, when we built this society, we built America. You know, and we get 30 acres in a mule. Come on, man. That's disgrace right there, man. You know, what are we supposed to actually be satisfied with? You know, a lack of identity. That's what we're supposed to be, you know, that's what we are supposed to accept by people who has oppressed us for centuries. People who have kept their foot on our necks, you know, have a 500-year advantage on us, man. When we don't even know who we are today, 2025. You can ask a Black man or woman today, hey, what's your nationality? They will tell you Methodist. They will tell you a religion. You know, and this is what the Christian church teaches us. This is what religion teaches us. You know, to be a Muslim is a way to the Most High. You understand? To be a Christian is the way to the Most High. You know, and how does that make any sense? You know, when we actually read the Bible and tells us and God provides us exactly what it is we need to look for and how we're supposed to conduct ourselves with a moral standard. You know, we suffer for a lack of knowledge, man. And again, in 2025, we should be waking up at this point. We should start to see, again, what it is as a whole that we have as Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that we can actually acknowledge as us, what's ours, you know. Music, you know, we like to say hip hop is Black people's. That's our culture for the culture. Like, that's the only thing we got is music, hip hop, and sports. You know, anything else besides that, we have to become a second-class citizen to whatever it is that is great in America. You know, it don't make no sense. You know, again, when in the Bible it tells us it tells us that we are the first citizens. You know, and what the Lord prefers. You know, understand? Let me get the book of Deuteronomy 7:6. Now, the Lord prefers us over anybody. It's sad because we say it today, you know, to another Black man, to another Black woman, you know, that you are the greatest thing on this earth. And, you know, we're so destroyed that we can't even accept that. You know, this got nothing to do with no black power and elevation. We are about our people. But this isn't, what we call, what people would like to say a black power movement. This is not that. We're giving identity back. We're giving more than, what it is to be black. We're giving what it is to be an Israelite. To be an Israelite is the greatest thing on this earth. The greatest thing on this earth. All right, Bob, go ahead, read what you got.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
The Lord said we are holy people. I had to come to the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, to learn what holy meant. Because today, in society, they'll tell us, hey, you're holy, I'm holy. You wear all white, you're considered holy. They'll tell you that in Christian church, right, Bob? Right. You dress up in all white, you're the holiest one. You're the purest one. You're the saint. You're the saint. You wearing all white, you're holy. Good night. The Christian church is disgusting. Right. The Christian church is filthy. It's filled with lies and deceit, and misguidance and misleading our people to have us think that, we are a second-class citizen to our book. Shalom, sis. And it doesn't, again, the Lord, again, is telling us right here, we are holy. What does the word holy mean? I love to hear the answers. If anybody had the answer, what does the word holy mean? Go ahead, sis. To be separate. That is the most greatest thing ever. Because, again, growing up, I'm thinking holy means to be, close to Jesus Christ. And, John 3:16 and all that. Nah, it means to be separate. Not so much isolated, but again, segregation is what, the Lord prefers. Not as just us being black people and we want to be, so for us and for the cause, this is what the Lord requires for us to be separate. Read on, Ibad.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
The Lord has chosen thee. When we say thee, we're talking about the Israelites. We're in the book of Deuteronomy. This is where, again, we got the law. The first 5 books is where we got the law as Israelites. The right. Hebrew Israelites is what they call us out, in the world. But we know we know the truth, and we are Israelites. And the Lord said, what again, Ibad, read?
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
And this is what people do not like to hear. This is what we go at camp and say. And, we got to repeat it all the time because they think we reading out of some type of comic book. What kind of book you reading out of? This is the King James Bible. Understand? This is the original text. You can go get a 1611, King James Bible, and it comes equipped with the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha and the King James makes up the whole Bible. But again, people look at us on the streets and be like, hey, what kind of book you reading? When we hear that, when we hear, hey, the Lord prefers us over all people, and it's kind of like, who the hell do you think you are as a black man to tell me as another black man that the Lord wants us and only us? Hey, don't be mad at us, man. You understand? We tell the truth according to the Bible. This is what we read. Christians is not going to read that. A Christian would never tell people that they're over people. It don't make sense. A Christian would never tell any kind of people, whether you're black, Chinese, Arab, he would never tell none of them that they're above anybody. Because in the Christianity world, they tell us that they're all equal. When that's not what the Lord said right here in the book of Deuteronomy 76. Now, the Lord said we're supposed to be separate. And he's talking to the Israelites, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Read it again, Ibad. It's a part of here which is so heavy. I know we reading a little fast, but we just going according to how I guess what's being misspoken of through the Christian church when they read this. Because a lot of these things have to be broken down. Read it again, Ibad.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So the Lord was like, listen, I want these people for me. That sounds like a greedy person, or it sounds like a person who just, hey, give me all this. Right here, child say, hey, that's mine, get away. That's how the Lord looks at us, man. These are my people. Nobody, get away, back off. These are my people. I want these people. Yeah, the Lord made everybody, the Lord made everybody. Everybody comes from blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We can get that too in the Apocrypha. But the Lord said, out of all the people I made, I want these people. You understand? Matter of fact, let's get that in the Apocrypha. Where you at? By young slave. What's your name, Troop? Trooper CHAANAYAAHLA. Let me get the book of Esdras, second Esdras, 6 and 54. Again, this is where we're going to prove that the Lord only preferred us. Again, it's kind of hard to accept it 2025 where we winning the championship and everybody's downtown, causing a ruckus together and feel like, we all won because of a football team. We're dwelling with the same enemies who've, we built this off the back of our ancestors, because we have a little celebration because they give us crumbs. We think that we're loved by these other nations, and because, they dwell in our neighborhoods and we got to live amongst each other. The only thing that we should do with other nations is business. You can do business with other nations. You keep it professional. That's what we are here, professionals. We deal with people out in the world. We go have these food drives. Everybody gets fed. We not, only blacks and Latinos, Native Americans. You white, you want some food? Come get some grub. You Chinese, you're homeless. Come get some grub. Come get some clothes. You understand? Because this is what the Lord wants. When the righteous rule, then this is what happens. Everybody is taken care of. You understand? But when the wicked rules, then we have what we have today here in America, which is hidden agendas. A whole bunch of backbiting societies, and we're just lost because we think that we're appreciated here in America, and we're not. Go ahead, Troop. What you got?
So he said 6 and 54.
6 and 54. Yeah.
So the second Esdras chapter 6, verse 54.
Mm-hmm.
And after these, Adam also, when thou madest the Lord all thy creatures.
See, this is the Lord saying, listen, after Adam, I made all these other creatures. Go ahead, read on.
Of him come we all.
Of Adam, everybody comes from Adam. Everybody comes from Adam. Adam was not the only man on earth. This is what Christians tell us. He was the only man on earth. Adam was not the only man on earth. Adam was the only man who received the truth from the Most High. And we all come from Adam. Go ahead.
And the people who also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people whom has he chosen. Who was the people that was chosen? The book of Deuteronomy 7 and 6. The Lord said, I chosen thee. Who is he talking about? The Israelites. Read on, True.
55. And all this have I spoken before thee.
Mm-hmm.
O Lord, because thou hast madest the world for our sake.
The Lord made the world for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans' sake. The Lord created all this, what we step on, what we breathe. Think about it. When we had our slavery, we should be the ones operating the land. We should be the ones providing jobs for people. We the best, we're the most compassionate people on earth. If you don't satisfy your job, they have a term. We're the first hired, well, what they say? The first one's hired. No, Salaki. The first fired, last hired, the wild-eyed, right? And that's a shame because think about what our ancestors paid for us, all the work that they have done. They don't think that we deserve a piece of a crop. A piece of business. They would never provide us, with a avenue for us to prevail in America. We're going to always hit the roof. We're going to always hit the roof. Why? Because we don't submit ourselves to the Most High. We don't understand the law, statutes, and commandments. And it's not in this rigorous world, in this tough world that this oppressor has built for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's possible to serve the Most High. Christians would be the ones say, "Oh, you can't keep all the laws." How? That sounds like you imagine going to work saying, "I can't do all my job." You're gonna get fired. You understand? Like the Lord provided us a way to keep the laws. You understand? For blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. I'm gonna paraphrase it. The Lord said, you serve the Most High first, and you love your brother and your sister like yourself. That's how blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans gonna get fixed. You understand? Dealing with it how the Lord wants us to deal with it in order. But again, what we said, we all come from Adam. Everybody comes from Adam. Read on.
Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 56. As for the other people.
Now, as for the other people, and the other people, who are we talking about? Who are the other people outside of Israelites? Let's see who's paying attention in class. Who's the other people, True? Who else? You got the Edomites, you're right, which are the so-called white race, the Caucasian race. Biblically, they come from Esau. You understand? Edomite is their nationality today. You understand? They call themselves Caucasians, white. They're not white. They are biblically Edomites, according to the Bible. The term "ite," we Israelites, we have Hamites, Shemites. The term "ite" means son of. So the Caucasians are Edomites, the sons of Edom. You understand? And you look up in Edom, that's where again they dwelled in. The so-called oppressor, was a wicked man from the get-go, from the gun bust. That's just how he rolled. But you said Edomites. We have also who? Who are the Africans? The Hamites. These are the other people who will be naming. So we know outside of who the Lord wants, these are the other people. Who else? Hamites. We got the Edomites, so-called whites. We got the Hamites, or the so-called Africans today. They are not us. I have a personal thing with being called African American. I know everybody else in here does too. But to be called African is a disgrace. It's disrespectful. Because those people have nothing to do with it. They know that they're not black. I'll tell you this right now. In Southwest, they know they're not black. They disassociate themselves from black people. They call us a kata, so it's a cotton picker. They know that they're not black. But we have Hamites, they're Africans. We have who else? The Cushites, which will be the so-called Egyptians. You got the Moabites, who are the Chinese, man. We got Chinese store on every block. You understand? They don't throw us no block parties. Don't give back. But they've been there on our streets for years and years and collecting money since we've been knee-high kids. Our kids know their kids. Their kids end up taking over the Chinese store. Now they're growing up in the neighborhood. They living upstairs. They don't care about us. They have Chinatown. They got a Chinatown. Where's the Negro town? Right. Where's the Latino town? Why we can't pick those things? Because they are outside of us. They don't have nothing to do with us. They have everything to do with our oppression, but they don't have nothing to do with us. So these are people who are outside of the Most High. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans makes up that conglomerate of the Lord preference of people. But then again, you have people outside of that, the so-called white man, Chinese man, East Indian man, African man, who all had a hand in our captivity. So read on where you're from. As for the other people, which also come of Adam. See, they all come from Adam too. We all come from Adam. But the Lord is a separatist. The Lord separates nations. The Lord can do whatever the hell he wants. A Christian to have you thinking the Lord can't do nothing. The Lord thinks like us. Paraphrasing, the Lord said, our thoughts are not his thoughts. To try to sit here and try to make sense of what the Lord does and try to say, is the Lord wrong for doing this? Who the hell do we think we are? We serve the Most High. We don't get to make up rules. So we all come from Adam. Everybody on this earth. Read on.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Thou hast said what?
That they are nothing.
That they are nothing. The Most High said they're nothing. They're nothing. Everybody else outside of being Black, Latino, and Native American, the Most High said they're nothing. The God of the Bible. And when we read this Bible, people are like, no, that can't be true. How is it not true? If we read from the Bible and you believe in God, every man shall be a liar. If it don't come from this Bible, let it be a curse. If we read from the Bible and we proving again, through context, who we are and who we speaking to, the Lord said, hey, these other nations are nothing. They don't have nothing to do with what I got set up for you guys, for you Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You understand? Read on.
Would be like unto spittle.
To be unto like what?
Spittle.
To be unto like what?
Spittle.
Spittle. You know what spittle is, True? Go ahead. What's spittle? Say it again. Spit. Think about, what's the most disrespectful thing you can do to somebody? Spit on somebody. I mean, it's like a waste. You're telling somebody you're a waste of life. You spit on somebody. Don't ever spit on them. But this is what happens. People spit. Think about how many times you spit on accident. Think about how many times you gotta spit, when you drink a soda or something. You get it out your mouth. You spit it on the floor because it don't mean anything. That's how the Most High look at these other nations. They're like spit. And these things don't mean nothing. Although they have the glory of their, effortless, their effortless bills in their society because they don't really work for it. What they do is they make jobs and they make us work for them, But what is it that the Lord thinks of that? Spit. Well, we work our behinds off, you understand? To still be here, to still dwell in America. You understand? And we work under a people who the Lord looks at as spit. Why are we the ones to blame when we bring this out in the streets? Why are we the ones to be, called devil worshipers? It don't make no sense. We telling blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans what the Lord positioned you as. He looks at you like the greatest thing, but these other nations is spit. You understand? That's what the Lord thinks of these other people. And anything outside of spit, I could be dung. Dung is what you would call like a waste, feces or what that cow does. What you get fertilizer from. You mix it with the dung, and your plants grow, stuff like that. So it's not a waste. It does what it does, but the Lord looks at other nations as spit. I don't know what spit's used for. At least I know dung is used to help plants grow. What are we using spit for? Nothing. Understand? That's what the Lord looks at the other nations. That they're nothing. They're worthless. They're not worth. The glory that we give them. Understand? The glory that we give them because we think that we're loved, and we're not loved here in America. 2025. It's a damn lie. Let me get Hosea 4:6. That's a damn lie. America is not going to ever, favor blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They'll give us what's this? Black History Month. That don't mean nothing. Like I said, I personally forgot. I didn't know what was going on. Outside of these doors, I don't care what's going on. The more and more, we attend these classes and we learn what the Most High provides us and what He wants us to do. Everything else don't matter. You start to realize everything does not matter. Everything is just a financial gain for them. Everything that they do and that they create is just to benefit their pockets and their position, their status. We're gonna celebrate Valentine's Day. And how many people gonna buy, the chocolates and all that? Like, how long has this been going on for? Way before my time, but how much, think about how much they pocketed off of it. They got a day where, every holiday, they have a day where it's a cash cow day. They know guaranteed they're going to make some money. And now, especially today in Philadelphia, because the Eagles won, right? They got the parade going on and, the same day as Valentine's Day and all that. They about to cash out. But again, these are the things that we're satisfied with. There's nothing wrong. Again, it's nothing wrong with, having sports and being, having activities and things like this. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with thinking that that's supposed to help us liberate as blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's not going to stop them from, the cops, harassing us. That's not going to get us paid. That's not going to get us put in businesses where now we got money to be able. That's not going to do a damn thing for us. It's an activity. That's all it is. You understand? But what are we trying to do? We're trying to raise up black, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's the business in here. That's what we're made to do in here. Is to elevate the minds of black, Latinos, and Native Americans. Like I said, at the same time, we have what's going on with ICE. Our Latino brothers and sisters are being stripped away from a land that's theirs. That don't make no damn sense. This is where we dwell. And they tell us go back home. I still don't understand that. They tell us as black men. They tell us as black men, go where you came from. You brought us here. We was chilling. What you mean go back to where we came from? You know, that's a disgrace because they don't even understand the history. Hosea 4:6.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6.
Go ahead.
My people are destroyed.
YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA,
YAHUSHUA, YAHUSHUA.
Please be seated. Gracias. Okay, I'll answer your questions, solve your problems. If you have anything that you would let any question that you would like to ask, please feel free to ask. Un momento. Somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 Oeste Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando General YAHANNA. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombres, hispanos, negros o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen sin culpa y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa. Pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pasando. All right, let's get on. Any questions in the room, I'll answer them now. If not, today we're going to go over the Super Bowl. We'll go over the halftime show. We'll go over some important precepts that you'll need to cut Christians every day when you interact with them on the street and on the internet. When I say cut them, what do I mean? I mean to prove their religion wrong, to prove that this faith that we've all been raised up in, that we've all made it the foundation of our families and our businesses and our relationships, that this religion is actually the reason that our foundation is wrong and our relationships and our families and our businesses fail. Everyone understands, right? Any questions, Warrior?
We got some questions.
Please.
This is from young man Jermaine.
All right, young man Jermaine, good to hear from you, brother. What can I do for you?
Shalom in Christ. Can you break down Proverbs chapter 11 verse 25?
Proverbs 11 and 25. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 25. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered also himself.
All right, what does it mean to be liberal? Does anyone want to give it a shot? To be liberal means to be giving. That's what the direct term for being liberal means. It means you freely give. You freely give. That's a liberal person by definition, all right? So what the Bible is saying is that the liberal soul shall be fed, meaning when you are willing to freely give to someone, the Most High God is going to freely give to you. So because I'm willing to share my bread with you, the Most High God will make sure that I always have bread. The liberal soul shall be fed. Keep going.
And he that watereth shall be watered also himself.
That's reiterating the point, doubling down on the point. And he that watereth, so imagine a flower or plants or a garden that requires water. If I water, then I will get watered. Jesus Christ came back and said this in the New Testament when he said, love thy brother as thyself. Whatsoever thou doest unto your brother shall be done unto you. Whosoever giveth mercy shall receive it, and he that hath not given mercy shall receive none. It's the most important thing in life. It's what solves the interpersonal problems that we have with each other. Everyone knows that blacks and Hispanics, we don't get along, we don't stick together. You've grown up hearing these tropes your entire life. But what you never hear is the solution. La solución. The water warrior, that's it. You never hear that ever in your life, right? Well, here is the solution. The solution is that we have to keep the commandments of God, so then we don't offend each other. That offense, those offenses make us separate. It makes families break up. It makes parents and their children hate each other. It makes a community of people try everything they can do to leave that community because of the constant crime that we commit against each other, the evil that we do to one another. If you give liberally, then you're going to eat. If you water, then you will be watered. That's the point, young brother, all right? Anything else?
We have, this is from ISRAELITES, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom, Lord in Christ, General. May I get a breakdown on 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 6 through 10, Baruch Shaw?
Absolutely, warrior. No problem. No problem. Absolutely. Go ahead. You got it.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verses 6. Who also have made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the Spirit.
That's an important precept. Let's go one verse above it, all right?
Come on, God. Verse 5. Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think anything as ourselves, but our sufficiency is of God.
Meaning what? He's making the point that we are the new priest of God. In times past, the Levites in the Old Testament were the priest of God. But in the New Testament, Paul knew that there was now a new priesthood, a priesthood after the order of Melchizedek, a priesthood that supersedes and precedes the Levitical priesthood of the Old Testament, a better priesthood, better than the commandment made by the flesh, but better the commandment made by the word of God. Meaning you're not a priest simply because your father was a priest, which is how it was done in the past. You're a priest because you took an oath to be a priest, and because of that, it means more to you because you've taken an oath to do this job, as opposed to the old priests that simply became priests because their fathers were priests. Everyone understands, right? So he's speaking about that priesthood, how important it is, how it's better. Keep going.
God. Verse 6. Who also have made us able ministers of the New Testament.
You understand? Meaning, and the same God, we in ourselves are not worthy enough to come up with, the priesthood or the doctrine or what we teach. But the Most High God is able to do it. He's able to do it. We're not able to do it. Everybody gets it, right? This same God also made us able ministers. The word minister means servants. We're able servants to serve God. He makes us capable servants. Continue.
God. Not of the letter.
Not of what?
Not of the letter.
Not of what?
Not of the letter.
Not of the letter. Go ahead.
Come God. But of the Spirit.
But of the Spirit. This is a major lie that Christians teach you about the Old Testament and its connection to the New Testament. When it says not of the letter of the law, but of the Spirit, what do Christians say this means? That's if you've ever heard a Christian break this down before. You might have never heard it before. Have you ever heard a Christian say, not of the letter of the law, but of the Spirit of the law? Have you ever heard that in your life? If so, tell me what they say it means. I'll give someone online a chance as well. I'll give you a few seconds while I drink this. All right, I'll answer it for you. Right? When Christians say they don't go by the letter of the law, they mean thou shalt not lie. I don't go by that. Thou shalt not steal. I don't have to listen to that. Thou shalt not commit adultery. That's the letter. I don't have to do that. I go by the Spirit, meaning I just love God so deep in my heart, I can ignore the actual commandments that he gives me because I just love him in the Spirit. That is a lie. That's not true. Now I'll explain to you what the letter of the law says. Give me the law against homosexuality. Now I want everyone who's online out there to notice that I did how I just worded that. I just asked for the law against homosexuality. The officers will know where to go to, and I want you to notice something about how I asked the question and what the Bible actually says. Give me the law against homosexuality. Whenever you have it, you can read it.
Leviticus 20:13, sir.
You need a microphone. Everyone online, if you ever can't hear us in class, please tell the brother, all right? Who mans the computer that you cannot hear us? Go ahead.
God. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind.
Now this is in the book of the law. This is in Leviticus, named after the Levites, right? This is the book of the Levites. This is the law that the Levites were given. This is the law against homosexuality. Go ahead. Start from the beginning.
If a man also lie with mankind.
If a man lie with mankind, go ahead.
As he lieth with a woman.
So slow down. As he lies with a woman. So this is a man lying with a man, a man like another man. But he's lying with this man like he lies with a woman, which is sex. If a man lie with mankind as he lies with a woman, go ahead.
Both of them have committed an abomination.
Both of them have committed an abomination. Go ahead.
They shall surely be put to death.
They shall surely be put to death. Continue.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood shall be upon them. Keep going.
Verse 14. And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness.
If a man has sex with his wife's mother, that's something that is commonly done in the Black and Hispanic community. We all get that from our oppressor, who has no sexual boundary at all. So you go in there, you're having sex with your wife, and then when your wife is gone, you're having sex with a drunk, drug addict mother who's sitting home all day with you as you play video games. The woman goes out to work, you sitting there with her mom. Before you know it, she finds out you're having sex with her mother. And the mother, of course, is going to have sex with you so she can make her daughter feel like less of a woman, so she can compete with sexual power with her daughter, because she wants her daughter to know that she still has it, that she still looks good to men. So, of course, your mother will have sex with your man. Your mother's jumping to the chance to feel like she's as pretty as you. Everybody understands? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Continue.
They shall be burnt with fire.
They shall be what?
They shall be burnt with fire.
This is the law against a man having sex with his woman's mother. They shall be burnt with fire. Continue.
Both he and they.
Both he and they, meaning you're going to burn the man and you're going to burn the mother too. You're going to burn them both. Continue.
That there be no wickedness among you.
That there what?
There be no wickedness among you.
What are you going to do to make sure there's no wickedness among you? Anyone want to give that an answer? What are you going to do to make sure that there is no wickedness among you, sister? That is not what it said. That is not the what?
Letter.
That is, give her a hand. That is not the letter of the law. What does the letter of the law say, sister?
The letter of the law says thou shalt not.
That is not what it says. She's absolutely right, but to the brother's question, this is what you need to understand about the difference between the letter and the spirit. What does it say there? Same sister. They can't hear you, sis. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that. What does the letter say? Someone online can also give it a shot. Let the brother read. Oh, I'm sorry. You got to get the microphone. You want him to read for you? He can read it for you, sis, too, while you're looking over it. Go ahead. Read it again.
They shall surely be put to death.
Keep going.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Skip down to the mother and the man having sex. Go ahead.
Both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you.
You skipped over burn. Read burning them.
If it's like him, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire. Both he and they. that there be no wickedness among you.
What must be done so that there can be no wickedness among you, young brother? Microphone.
They both should be put to death.
They should be burned. Give him a hand. That's correct. Why? Keep the microphone. Why must they be burned? Same young brother. So that there's no wickedness among you. Give him a hand again. Now, that is what it says. What does it not say? Who can blow my mind? You're not going to be able to get this. Okay, you're going to have to be so attentive. You're going to have to be sharp with paying attention. What does it not say? Give that brother the microphone. Let me see if he can get this right. I doubt it. Go ahead. Okay, now you're right, but that is not our point. What does it not say? The sister earlier was giving the answer. I'm trying not to remind you of what she said. What does it not say? What did I say we were going to find here? What did I say we were going to find when we looked this up? I said we were going to find the law against homosexuality, the law against a man having sex with his wife's mother. It did not say, do not have sex with your wife's mother. It did not say, do not be a homosexual. Do not have homosexual sex. That's not what it said. What did it say? This is very difficult. If you grow up Christian, I'm going to read it one more time. Read it again from the top.
And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire.
Did it say, do not have sex with your wife's mother? Did it say that? No, it didn't say that. What did it say? Morale, you need the microphone. Always get the mic even before you raise your hand. Go ahead.
So it said, if you do it.
It didn't say if you do it either. Give the captain the microphone in the back.
So for it says, when you do it, you're going to die.
It did not say when you do it, you're going to die. What does the letter of the law say? This is what it meant to be a priest. This is it. I'm going to break it down for you now, unless someone wants to answer the question online. Read it. So whoever has the microphone, read it again.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 14. If a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire.
They shall be what?
Burnt with fire.
What's the name of this book we in?
Leviticus.
Who does the burning?
The priest, sir.
The Levites.
God.
Right? This is not a discouragement to having sex with your wife's mother. This is not telling you it's wrong to have sex with your wife's mother. This is telling the Levites to kill you if you have sex with your wife's mother. This is an instruction on who to kill. That's what this is. He shall be burnt with fire. All right. The man, if you have sex with your wife's mother, he shall, meaning it has to happen, be burnt with fire. How do I kill the brother? I got to burn him with fire. It says it right here. If a man lies with mankind, as he lied with a woman, he shall be put to death. It's instructions on what to do with sinners. It's instructions on killing them. That's what it says. That is come on, show me I'm not wasting my time. That is that's the letter of the law. But what is the spirit of the law? Now give me that. If God said he's going to kill every man that has sex with another man, the letter says I have to kill you when I find out you're a homosexual. The letter says I have to kill you when I find out you're a lesbian. The letter says I have to walk into my gay cousin's house and kill him and Jeremy, who's sitting in there together. That's what the letter of the law says. The law says I got to go to that big, gigantic dyke with that football jersey on and the bald head who's big and tough and who has no job and plays video games all day and no penis, yet she's more manly than your baby's daddy. The law says I got to go in there and kill her and kill you. That's what it says. That's the letter of the law. But if the letter of the law says that, what is God's intent for killing those people? What does God want? What is the spirit of this law? Who would like to give it? Someone else, Mariah. Your rank is too high. I did not know this. Someone else. What's the spirit of the law? I read the letter. It says to kill you. That's what it says. But what's the spirit? Because I'm not doing the letter. That's not the kind of priest that we are. We're priests after the order of Melchizedek. We're priests that follow Jesus Christ. So I'm not doing the letter of the law. That's not my job. My job is to do the spirit of the law. What is the spirit of these laws we just read about homosexuality and having sex with your wife's mother? Ven otra vez, por favor, please. Anyone else? Gracias. Someone online? Who's the brother that asked the question? Gracias. What's up? Let this young brother answer the question in the back. What do you want to say, young brother? Give him the microphone. Say again? Give him a hand. That's good enough. Now, you're going to have to go to my car and get some money out of my car. Now. See, he knows what to do. He's been to class long enough. Whenever you get ready, go to my car. All right, go ahead. Anyone want to give it a shot? All right, young warrior.
Deeper reading of the punishment.
Okay, these two laws, the law against the law, I'm even calling it that. I'm giving you the answer. I don't mean to do that. The law that says kill a homosexual. The law that says kill the mother and the man who have sex, with the woman's mother. What's the spirit of these two laws? Same brother. You want to give it a shot?
Spirit of it would be to not
give him a hand. That's it, right? When the Bible says keep not the letter but the spirit, what it means is don't kill homosexuals, don't be a homosexual. The law is saying the letter of the law says to kill him. Don't do the letter of the law. Don't kill a man who had sex with his wife's mother. Don't have sex with your wife's mother. I know for a fact God doesn't like it. How do I know that God cannot stand homosexuality? Bring me home, yo. I could be in the gym right now. Bring me home and let me know I'm not wasting my time in here. Sister, how do I know God does not like that? 1 second.
God doesn't like it because he gave the letter of the law.
Which is? You right there.
The commandments.
What does
kill?
Give her a hand. That's what it says. Right? It says that. It says kill them. It doesn't say don't do it. It doesn't say that ain't right. It says kill them if they do it. Whoever does it, kill them. That's what it's telling the Levites in Leviticus. It's telling them to kill them. Now I'll go back to the brother's precept that he asked a question about in the New Testament. The letter of the law is to kill people for what they've done. The spirit of the law is don't do the things that the Old Testament says you die for. That's it. If the Old Testament says kill them for doing it, then that's the thing you should not do. That's it. That's the New Testament. That's the whole point of Jesus Christ. God said kill him if he's a homosexual. Kill him if he eats pork. Kill him if he has sex with his wife's mother. Kill him for this, kill him for that. The New Testament says, look at the Old Testament. The things that God said he was going to kill you for, don't do those things. And you could live. I'll take it. I'll take it. No problem. I like living. I like breathing and walking around like my kids living. I like my brothers to live. So I'm not going to be a homosexual. I'm not going to kill any homosexuals, but I damn sure ain't going to be one. I'm not going to kill any man who has sex with his wife's mother, but I damn sure will not have sex with my wife's mother. That is the spirit of the law. That's the point of the law. That's how important the law is. If you realize that, you won't do it. Done. Everybody understands. Go ahead and read it one more time.
Oh God. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 6. Who also have made us able ministers of the New Testament.
Now, this is the New Testament, not the Old Testament, not the book of Leviticus, but we are able ministers of this New Testament. We're the priests now, not the Levites, not anyone else, damn sure not Creflo Dollar and T.D. Jakes and your reverends who tell you to break the what? Whoever can answer this, I'll be impressed with. What do Christians want you to break? What do they want you to break? Someone online, Mirab might take this from you because this is difficult. What do Christians want you to break? Mirab.
The spirit of the Lord.
Give him a hand. That's what they're against. The Christians want you to break the spirit of the law. You read the Old Testament and hear about all this death and God killing everybody for this and killing everybody for worshiping strange gods, killing everybody for calling God a different name. And you go to church and they say, no, you can do those. You can do them. Go ahead and do them. That's not breaking the letter of the law. That's breaking the spirit of the law. That you cannot break. Because if you break the spirit of the law, then you deserve the letter of the law. Then you deserve to die because you broke the spirit. You don't have to kill people that celebrate Christmas, but you can't celebrate Christmas. It's in Leviticus. You can't worship another God. It's in Jeremiah. You can't do it. But when you celebrate Christmas, you break the spirit of the law, and you deserve the letter of the law. Continue.
Oh God. Not of the letter.
Not of the letter, meaning we are not going to kill the people like the old ministers were. Don't you know they were trying to stone Jesus Christ for picking corn on the Sabbath? They were trying to kill him constantly. What was their reasoning? He was breaking the law of Moses, so we're going to kill him. We're going to kill him. Then they finally did kill him. We're not going to kill anyone. We're not going to judge anyone. We're not going to put homosexuals to death. We're not going to put thieves to death. We're not going to put people who have illicit sex to death. We're not doing that. We are not going to be ministers of the letter of the law. Go ahead.
Oh God. For the letter killeth.
But you should have known to stop right there. I think that's the point I done made for about the last 20 goddamn minutes. I'm fine, Warrior. So what? I think that's the point. Do you see how evil the Christian church is? Now, this is right here in the New Testament, right here. For the letter killeth. For the letter killeth. It's saying it right here. It's not saying ignore the Old Testament and break every law in it because Jesus Christ died. It's saying that the letter killeth. Why? Because the letter of the law literally says to kill you. That's what it says. Read it one more time.
Oh God. For the letter killeth, but the spirit giveth life.
I don't know what else to do for you. Okay? It's in the New Testament. It's right there in front of you. Now just leave out of here and keep on, having sex with your wife's mother. And continue. Continue smoking and being a whore and having sex with prostitutes and going on OnlyFans and meeting sluts. Continue to do it. You're breaking the spirit of the law every time. All right, next.
This is from Kasar Fakad. Shalom, General. If I may break down Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 3. And when it says, I alone, can this be used to go with, I will send for fishers and hunters, showing that Christ will be the hunter, not Israelites in the truth?
You better let me read this. I don't recall what he's talking about.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, in verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man.
Mm-hmm.
He that sacrificeth a lamb. 66 verse 3.
Is that right? Isaiah 66 and what?
3.
Isaiah 66 and 3. Please go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 3. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. Mm-hmm. He that sacrificeth a lamb as if he cut off a dog's neck.
Keep going.
Come on. He that offereth, an oblation, as if he offered swine's blood.
No, that's not talking about the hunters and fishers. That's not even on this topic. Is that right? Am I wrong? Let me give him a second to make sure we're the right precept. All right. No sweat.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, verse 6.
And verse 3.
Verse 3, the water. I have trodden the whisper winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger. No, this is still not speaking about the hunters and the fish. Only Jesus Christ will kill, and that's not true. That only Jesus Christ will kill. That's not true either. In many different aspects, the physical war will not begin until Jesus Christ returns. But once he returns, the war becomes physical for everyone. Once he returns, what you need to understand, for those of you that don't know, he's speaking about a precept where it says, "I will call for many fishers." And then after, I will call for many hunters. All you need is the after or and then, meaning fishing and hunting do not happen at the same time. Fishing is speaking about fishing people into the school, fishing people into our faith. That's what Jesus Christ told Peter when he found him on a fishing boat. He said, "Come with me and I will make you fishers of men." And then Peter was taught how to bring people into the faith of Christ, right? But after or then I will send for many hunters. Hunters kill. And that is the time when this war becomes physical. The war becomes physical after Jesus Christ returns. When the trumpets roar. When those trumpets cry out, this is not about teaching anymore. This is about conquering the planet Earth. We are not there yet. Who knows when we might be there? It might be there in the next 200 years. It might be tomorrow. Who knows? But that's what changes this from us teaching people to us physically going out and conquering the kingdoms that are left after Jesus Christ returns. All right? This precept is not about that, if that was your question. Próximo.
This is from Shard_2G. Shalom, Lord in Christ. ALLURBANCENTRAL.
Shalom.
YAHAWASHI. If I may ask, is Samson cutting his hair truly the reason of his demise, or was it just him messing with the heathen woman's servant?
It was him messing with the heathen woman. That is why Samson lost his strength. If you remember or read at the end of his life, the Most High gave him his strength back. And then he killed more heathens that day than he killed in his entire life. Samson's strength had nothing to do with his hair. Samson lost his strength because he told the heathen who he was having sex with, the same heathen that his father told him, "Do not have sex with a heathen. Are there none of the daughters of thy tribe that thou couldst take as a wife? Why would you take this heathen as a wife?" His father tried to warn him against doing it. But Samson was headstrong and like a bull. That's the symbol of the tribe of Samson. Samson was what you would call today a Manassite. The tribe of Manasseh are the so-called Cubans, and that's their symbol, the bull, vaca, the bull. He was like a bull. He was headstrong, and he wouldn't listen. And he went out and had sex with some heathen woman, and she asked him, "What is the source of thy strength?" And Samson told her about the oath that he took through his parents when he was a child, the oath to never cut his hair. He took an oath to never do it. He was a Nazarite. Part of the Nazarite oath is to never drink wine and to never cut your hair. The heathen set him down, got him all sexed up, and then asked him, "What's the source of your strength?" He said, "My hair." She cut his hair while he was asleep. He woke up and saw his hair was gone and lost his strength. Why did he lose his strength? Because he realized he had sinned against God. He had broken his oath, and he knew why. And then he sat there and became a mule for heathens who burned out his eyes and made him tread out wheat. And he did it. And he did it until one day when they brought him into a stadium to laugh at this mighty warrior who now was a farmer, a mule, an ox, grinding wheat in the flour with no eyes. He asked the Lord God to forgive his sin and to allow him this day to glorify his holy name. And the Most High God forgave him, brother. I pray you understand. God forgave Samson that day. Anything else?
This is from Mahayaman, sir. Salaki, sir, with your grace, how do you uphold Isaiah 58:1 without offending anyone?
No problem. I'll be honored to answer your question, warrior. Let's read Isaiah 58:1, please.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
This is Isaiah 58:1. This is a bedrock camp speaking precept. Cry aloud. What does cry aloud mean? Yell. Raise your voice. Spare not. What does it mean to spare not? Meaning, I'm not going to not say this because someone might get offended. I have to say it, even though someone might not get offended. That's why it's saying don't spare. Because I might say, oh, well, I can't say this because women might not like it. I can't say this because, the white man, our oppressor might not like it, right? There's 1,000 things, 1,000 different people that you might want to spare. But the Bible says to spare not, meaning you must say it. You must say it. Just understand what this precept is talking about. Then I'll answer his question directly. So I can't spare anyone. I have to say it. And I have to do it loudly. I can't whisper it. I can't do it in secret. I can't do it in my secret Shabbat Shalom classes with me and my wife. I have to do it in a way that everyone hears it. I have to be loud about it. I have to create attention. I have to do it in everybody's face. You understand? Keep going.
God, and shew my people their transgressions.
And show my people their transgressions. People get offended because people do not want to be accountable for their wrongdoings. That's people. That's everyone. The worst thing you can do is tell someone that they're wrong. They cannot stand that. They hate that above all things. They cannot stand to know they're wrong. If you tell them they're wrong, what would they say? But what about you? Well, you're wrong. Well, you do things. Oh, I'm talking about you. You're doing this. No. You're wrong. They're not me. People want to deflect. They don't want to discuss what they're doing this wrong, because if they discussed it, they would feel bad. And people don't want to feel bad. People want to feel happy. People want to sing. They want to sing. They want to dance. They don't want a guilt trip. They don't want to feel wrong. Who's a bad parent? No one. You ever met a bad parent in your life? I met a ton of bad people. I've never met one person to say, "Ooh, I was a terrible mom. Damn, I raised them kids wrong. Ooh, Lord have mercy." You give me a mother that smoked crack her entire life. She gets all for drugs. And then the child inevitably will go to her and say, "Well, listen, Mom, I got molested while you were on crack. I never went to school. My grandmother raised me. Now my life is hell." The mom will say, "I ain't going backward. I don't want to hear all that. I'm all for drugs now. Listen, don't try to make me." No, the mom don't want to hear about how she ruined your life. She got herself clean. She's good to go now. She's straight. But you're sitting there as a 30-year-old child going, "I'm glad you offered drugs, but my life is hell because you were a terrible parent." She will say, "Listen, that ain't got nothing to do with that. That was in the past." She doesn't want to feel bad. And here's the sad thing. If your mother begins to feel bad about how she raised you when she was on crack, what will happen? Who wants to know if she starts to feel bad? No one has been through this? That's good. She'll relapse. If she starts to feel bad, she'll relapse. She'll get back on drugs. So she has to make sure she never feels bad. Never. find more. It's a mess. It's terrible. You can't tell anyone they were wrong. No one wants to hear. No man wants to hear he was wrong. Somebody else is wrong. He had a reason to do that. Well, why'd you shoot that brother? Well, you see, I didn't intend to shoot him. That's what they always say you died. Why'd you do that to him? You see, I didn't intend to do that. That's not, I didn't go in there to shoot nobody, really. That's not why I went in there. Oh, well, you didn't intend all that. It don't make the brother less dead, though. You know, I hear you. You didn't mean to do it. And why'd you sleep with that girl, that brother's wife? You see, when I went over there, I did not intend to sleep with her. That was not why I went in there. Oh, well, shit. She's no less effed, however. I don't know if your intention matters. I don't know if it means anything that you didn't intend to have sex with her. I think it just mattered that you did it. But I know you don't want to accept responsibility, or you'll give me the catch-all for every dumb thing you do. Come on, y'all. I was drinking. I was drink. Oh, well, you were drinking. Well, then you're not responsible, are you? For anything you do. Tell that to the white man when you're driving drunk. Say, yeah, I did hit those kids, but Your Honor, I was drunk. So you can't blame me for how I knocked over that light pole. I was drunk, Your Honor. I think you'll still go to jail, right? Because nobody gives a damn about the excuses you tell yourself so you don't have to feel guilty. It doesn't matter. Everyone understands. So when we go out and teach, when we speak, everyone gets offended. Drunks get offended. Crackheads get offended. Drug addicts get offended. Drug dealers get offended. Criminals get offended. Police get offended. People that go to church every Sunday get offended. People that never go to church get offended. We offend everyone because we don't spare anyone. Everyone understands. This is the rule. This is what you have to do to be a prophet of God. Now, how do you do this? There's no way to do it without offending people. But there is a way to do this so that the maximum amount of people that can understand you. There's a skillful way to offend someone. Do you understand? You're going to have to offend them, but there's a way to do it with skill. They're gonna instead of feeling anger, they'll feel cut. They'll feel, ooh, he's right. Let me give you what winning a battle really is, young brothers. Winning a battle is when the person you are battling knows you're right. Me, myself, and my work under Commanding General YAHANNA, I don't even consider that I won a battle unless the person I am battling considers that I won it. Unless he goes, shit, he got me. God damn, I don't know. He got me with that one. I wouldn't judge it by anything else. I judge it by him laying his sword down. He quits. We just had the Super Bowl yesterday. Everybody's very happy. Well, I would hope that this happiness you feel about the Super Bowl might make you understand something that you'll need to press the truth forward. The ability and the sacrifice required to win. Because that exact same ability and sacrifice is required to win the kingdom of heaven. It's the same thing. So we have to go out and teach. Everyone is going to be offended. I will practice. I will study. I will fast. I will sit at the feet of a man who knows more than me until I become so skillful at offending people that the people I offend want to be offended by me. That can happen. I pray you understand. Oro por tu entendimiento. All right, that's his answer, all right? Anything else?
This is from James Watts. Can you break down the destruction of Nicanor and if it's still to be celebrated today?
Is that Gondor? Is that from the Lord of the Rings? I don't know what the hell that is. Nicanor. That's something. Is that in the Bible? I don't know. I never heard of that before, as far as I can tell. I don't remember it. The only thing that you are to celebrate today are the high holy days in the book of Leviticus and the traditions as described because of the oppression of the Greeks and our victory over the Greeks, which is now called Purim and Hanukkah. That's what those are not high holy days, but they're traditions that have continued unto this day so that we can keep up the tradition of being victorious over our enemies. That's what winning is about. And Purim and Hanukkah are about overcoming a great adversary who was too mighty for us to defeat. Gracias. Too strong for us to battle, yet we won. Yet we won. And the continuation of the celebration happens today. We continue. They're going to have a big parade in your city. Oh, can you imagine the celebrating that we did coming out of the Greek Empire when they were oppressing us? My God, it must have been amazing. I would like it to happen again. I would like to celebrate one more time. Pray you understand. All right, those are the things we celebrate. Whatever this thing that you're talking about, I don't know what the hell it is. All right, next.
This is from Officer Nawan Ya'ala. Shalom, Adawan. If I may, what is the mark of the beast? Is it Christianity?
Yes, it is, young brother. The mark of the beast is Christianity. It is a mark on your forehead. The metaphor is a brand that you put on a cow. Everybody here knows what that is? Show me a brand on the cow if you can, if you want to, if you can get it in time. This is done today, I believe. Today in the farming industry, when they get the cows and they selling cows and they making hamburger out of the cow, right? If you're a cattle rancher, there's a rancher over here. There's a rancher over there. You got thousands of cows, right? Sometimes those cows get loose. Sometimes they jump the fence, or the fence is down, or there's no fence. And cows from two different herds will mix. What ranchers do is that they take a very hot branding iron. They put it in the fire until it's super hot, and they burn their mark in each one of their cows or their bulls. So that if your cow ends up in your neighbor's herd, the neighbor can know that's not my cow, and you can know that's my cow. If your neighbor steals your cows, you can go over there and say, I bet you got my cow over there. You walk around there with the sheriff, you look at his herd, and you say, that's mine and that's mine, because they have my brand. A brand indicates ownership. Ownership. That's the point of the mark of the beast. When you look that word up for mark, it means brand. Ownership. When Christianity is in your hands, Christianity owns you. And if Christianity owns your hands, then you kill for Christianity. David said, before I forget Jerusalem, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. Let my right hand forget her cunning. David took that right hand and brought down a giant. I think you've heard of that before. You understand? He's saying, before I forget Jerusalem, I would like my right hand not even to work anymore. I would like my right hand not to be able to use that sling the way it did that fateful day. You kill with your hands. If Christianity controls you, you're going to kill for Christianity. Anyone that has killed somebody in some foreign war, you have the mark of the beast. It's in your hand. If you're some cop that has killed black people simply because you were an arm of oppression for the rich of this world, you have the mark of the beast. If you sold drugs, and because of drugs, you have killed your people, you have the mark of the beast, right? It's when you kill for the white man. If you're a drug dealer, which a drug dealer, now we know literally works for the CIA. That's common knowledge. We were teaching this before the CIA, before the Congress revealed that the drug proliferation in the Black and Hispanic community came directly from the CIA selling cocaine and crack in the Black and Hispanic community. They did a whole TV show called Snowfall about Mexicans and black people selling drugs for the government. That is based on a true story. You can go Google that if you need to. Well, that means every drug dealer was working for the white man. That's what that would mean. It would literally mean you killed people for the United States government. That's how you got those Jordans. The government paid you to sell drugs. Drug dealers have the mark of the beast. People in the white man's military who kill for the beast, you have the mark of the beast. Police officers who kill for oppression, you have the mark of the beast. Everybody gets it. How do you have it in your mind? So now it's not in your hand, it's in your head. The doctrine that you believe in proves who owns you. What color is Jesus? White. What color is God? white. Do you want to go to heaven if white people can't go to heaven? That ain't the salvation is for all people. I can't go to heaven if white people don't go. I know you can't. I know, because you're owned by white people. White people own your mind. White people own your hands. That's the mark of the beast, Christianity. Próximo preguntas.
This is from I.S.U.P.K. Shalom, my liege, if I may. Should an Israelite work in a field where they see the nakedness of the client?
Should an Israelite, this nation would be much better off if Israelites worked in fields where they saw naked people. We'd be a better nation. Would anyone like to explain my point? Huh? Give him the microphone.
If I can use like doctors for example.
Give him a hand first. Yeah, that's my point, Captain. Yeah. I hope so. I hope we got some black people seeing some naked behinds. We need you to. We need some black people to work in fields where they see naked women, naked men. They telling me I got to go down for a colonoscopy in a week. I hope there's a brother in there. A little bit of sister in my case. I prefer women doctors. Those y'all that don't know. I don't like a man doctor. I want a woman doctor. Speaking of that, more women need to become doctors too. I do not like some man touching me in a private way. I ask for a black woman doctor. That's what I want. I want a woman to be my doctor. I do not want a man touching me. I go to the airport. I ask them, you know how you go to the airport and they search you? And they always bring a man over. And the last 2 times I said, no, sis, could you just do it? She thought I was flirting with her. I'm not flirting with you. I just don't want a man touching me like that. I'd prefer a woman to touch me. So we need women absolutely to work in fields, and we need men to work in fields. We need doctors. And if you're going to be a doctor or an OBGYN, you're going to need to see people naked. And so it's a good thing if we have more people that work in fields where they see people naked. We'd have more doctors. How many of you have ever seen a black or Hispanic doctor? I've never seen an Hispanic doctor my entire life. I've seen a black doctor twice in my life. Who has seen 2 black doctors in their lives? Listen, that's a hell of a good thing. That's rare. That's right. So one of them was a dentist. I saw 1 black dentist and 1 black doctor my entire life. We need more of that. So yes, to your answer, is it lawful? Absolutely, it's lawful. Anything else?
This is from Mahayaman, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, with your grace again, is there a such thing as being too extreme in the truth on brotherhood when it comes to generally caring / dealing with one another as self outside of just keeping the command?
Okay, the way you're wording the question, right, is going to make you think that something wrong is right. You should not word it like, is there such thing as being too extreme in the brotherhood? No, there is no such thing as being too extreme a brother. The problem is the wording of the question is wording it so that the answer has to be no. There's anything so extreme. What you want to do is switch your questioning. Is there a thing that you think is brotherhood and it is not? That's true. There is a thing that people do that you think this is for brotherhood and it's not for brotherhood. It's not for caring. Let me give you one. Your mother or your father is an alcoholic or a drug addict. They're in and out of drug rehab programs, in and out of prison. Now you're married and you have a wife and you have kids. And your mother wants to move in with you. Now, this is your mother. And you know the Bible says to take care of your mother and your father in their old age. And so you want to know, should I love my mother and take care of her? Of course you should. Should you take your mother in your house? Absolutely not. Because that is not loving her. You understand? That is enabling her. Many people, the only way they're ever going to get off drugs is in jail. And if you are stopping them from going to jail, you're keeping them on drugs. That's what you're doing. You don't call it brotherhood. It's not brotherhood. You're the reason that they're still high. Because without your food, your couch, your roof, they would be somewhere in jail getting clean for the first time in their life. But they're not, because they sleep on your couch. So what do? All of those criminals that they hang with, they come into your home now. Now they're in your house, getting high in your house, molesting your children the same way your mother's friends molested you when you were a kid. That's not brotherhood. That's not loving your mother. That's someone who doesn't understand what love really is or brotherhood really is. You don't understand how to care for this person. You think caring for this person is satisfying your emotions. It makes you feel good. Oh, come on and move in with me, Mom. Can you bring your boyfriend? Yeah, you can bring him too. Can you? Oh, yeah, they can stay in here too. Your house is full of goddamn gremlins. Your house is infested with drug addicts. Why? Because you love your daughter and you love your son. Oh, bless your heart. Okay, well, they're still getting high. I don't know if your love is helping so much, because they're high now in your house and the cops are coming to your house and now your children are in danger. You don't want to give them a little love? You don't want to give your other kids a little love, or your husband a little love, or your wife a little love? No? Okay. All right. You think it's love. It's not love. It is you. It is some emotional sickness you have, probably from childhood, probably because someone didn't let you sleep in their house, or someone kicked you out, or someone did something to you. So now because of that, you have to satisfy this thing in you that says, give everyone what they want so that I don't have to feel bad for not doing it. You're not helping anyone, Dublin. You're not helping anyone, young brother, at all. All right, next. Please, microphone, please.
Yeah, it's so heavy on that you brought it out, sir, because even like a lot of drug addicts, what I'm saying, they would say the only way that I got off the drugs because I hit rock bottom. What I'm saying? They ain't had nowhere to stay. They ain't had a home. They ain't had food. They ain't had nothing. Then again, if you got this person trying to help that individual, by bringing them in your house, now you want to prolong their, trying to get off of it.
You're hurting them by doing that. You're hurting them. Correct. Anything else? Please, let me get the sister. Give her the microphone, please, and I'll get the. Let me get the question. Stand by, sisters. Hold the microphone. Go ahead, Warrior, up front.
This is from Makalak again. With your grace once
please.
More, sir. According to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verses 16 to 18, is there a such thing as being too serious with the knowledge of the Lord on a daily basis?
All right. Let's read the precept that he asked for.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 16. Yes.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself?
1 second. Be not thou righteous over much. Keep going.
Neither make thyself over wise.
Neither make yourself over wise. Now, when people read this precept, this is what they see. Don't be too much righteous. That is not what it's saying. It's saying, be not righteous over much. When you see it, however, you see, don't be too much righteous. Why do you see that? Who wants to know? It's just understanding human nature and psychology, which is part of your job. I read a precept, it says, don't be righteous over much. For my entire blah, blah years in the truth, whenever anybody sees this precept, they say, is this saying, don't be too righteous? That's what you see when you look at it. You see, don't be too righteous, even though it's not saying that at all. It's saying, don't be righteous over much. You see, don't be righteous too much. That's what you see. Why? You'll understand how to cut people and how to battle people. Come on, it's okay. I'm gonna give it a shot online. 1 second, my thumb, yeah. Okay, first raise your hand if when you first looked at that, you thought it said too much. Okay, right? Everybody does. When you read it, it's like, don't be too righteous. Okay, I got you. Don't be too righteous too much. That's how you see it. But I'm just trying to show you what's in front of your eyes. Read it one more time.
Be not righteous over much.
That's what it actually says. But there is a reason that everyone that reads this scripture, since I've been in the truth at least, sees don't be righteous too much. There's a reason for that. Who wants to give it a shot? 1 second while I drink this good scotch. Sister, you have the microphone? Please, go ahead. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, why does it seem like this is saying don't be righteous too much, even though it's saying don't be righteous over much? Why does it seem like it's saying don't be too righteous or don't be righteous too much? Let Makwalat answer it. Let me let Makwalat give it a shot online.
He answered, he said, is it because Christianity teach you can't be righteous at all?
Give him a hand. That's why. Meaning, as you go to learn the Bible and learn the truth, right? In the back of your head, you still hear the Christians like, but you can't keep all the laws. You can't just do it all. Then you read a precept. Well, hold up. It said, don't be righteous over much. Don't be too righteous. Okay, I won't. That's not what it's saying. Now, Makwalat, I want you to tell me what it's saying. Now that you actually see what it's saying. Makwalat, are your eyes open now? Do you see that it's not saying, don't be too righteous. Don't be righteous too much. It's saying, don't be righteous over much. See if Makwalat knows what it means now, all right? I got to move on while I'm waiting for that. Any other questions? In the room, online. Bye. I'm sorry, I never got the sister. Let me get the sister's question. Sister, please. Mm-hmm.
This refers back to the topic that you were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. Like,
Please.
what if you had a mother that, like, you know, opioid epidemic
Right.
and everything like that?
Right.
If your parents were in a lot of pain, like they're not, like, for example, my mom is 55,
Mm-hmm.
and she was on the opioids, like, with her pain, she was on the opioids,
Mm-hmm.
and she overdosed 3 times.
Okay.
So they put her on the medical marijuana.
Okay.
What would you do in that instance? Now she's over using that.
When you say put her on the medical marijuana, do you mean a doctor's prescription for medical marijuana? Then she should use that medical marijuana. She should use it. The Bible says that the herbs are for medicine. The point of marijuana is for pain. That's why it exists. Now, I would do some very specific, get some specific counsel in this, because the marijuana that's given for pain does not get you high. So I would really look into this specifically. Do you understand? The marijuana that you're prescribed, the chemical that gets you high is removed from it, and the pain fighting chemical is in it. It doesn't get you high at all. Most people say that they're on the miracle marijuana, but really they're just getting high on regular old marijuana that they go out and get. Do you understand? I would look into that, because you can't get high off of medical marijuana. The pills and the things that they give you from the doctor, it doesn't get you high.
That's what I'm thinking. She's acting really crazy. Like,
Just get some specific counsel about it, all right? But if you're in pain and a doctor gives it to you, take it. Now, like every drug, you better follow the rules. If you go get Tylenol and take too much, you're dead. If you go out there and get ibuprofen and Advil and you take 8 of them, you're dead. So there is no medical drug, a drug that's necessary, that you can abuse and it not affect you in a negative way. But medical marijuana is absolutely lawful. Medical morphine, which is the same exact drug as heroin, Morphine is lawful if a doctor prescribes it to you. Oxycontin, which is heroin. That's what Oxycontin is, heroin. It's heroin in pill form. And that is lawful to take if you've had an injury that requires it and a doctor prescribes it to you. But if you don't follow the doctor's instructions, just like with Tylenol or Advil, you're going to die. Simple enough, all right? Anything else?
Khan, my block answer, sir. He said, "Sorry, Yahawah, forgive me, sir, but I'm not sure."
No problem. That's a good answer, warrior. This is what it actually is talking about. It's saying, don't meddle and be in other men's business. Why would you? Don't be righteous over much. Meaning, there's a thing I have in my life that I have to be righteous over. I got a family. I got wives. I got brothers that are under me. I got a job I have to do. And those things, I have to be righteous in doing those things. Don't go be over his things and his things and his things. Don't be righteous over much. Be righteous over your things. Why would you do something like that? It's hard enough trying to keep your own goddamn self in order. What are you, righteous over everybody's thing, everybody's stuff? Don't do that. Don't do that. Paul also talked about this when he said, be thou not many leaders, not leaders, but it's a paraphrase. Be not many something. I forget the phrasing that it's used. It means it's a precept for this. Meaning, don't, all of you shouldn't be trying to be in charge. You should not do that. Because in doing that, all you do is condemn yourself. Because now you're in charge, which means everybody hates you because you're in charge. That's what this precept is talking about. Don't be righteous over much things. That's why it says don't be righteous over much. There's things you have to be right with. You be right with those things. Let him handle his things. Don't be a busybody in other men's business. That's also in the Bible. You be the best officer you can be. What do you care about how this brother is somewhere else? He doesn't suit you to your standards. You can barely stay in the truth. You focus on that. You focus on that. Paul said this, why does thou judge another man's servants? If he fails to his God, he fails. Why does you judge another man's servants? It's a trap when you become righteous over a thing to think you can become righteous over everybody's thing. You can go make all their situations better and fix everything with them. You handle your own business up. Please.
Well, listen, with the precept James 3:1.
Sounds right. Let me hear it.
My brethren, be not many masters.
That's the precept of this. Be not many masters. Don't try to be a master. Don't try to be in charge of everything. All of you don't need to be in charge. Don't be many masters. Now imagine a scenario where everyone is a master. There's so many masters. Commander General YAHANNA raises up captains. You don't need to be a captain. What in the F are you trying to do? Why are you trying to be a captain? For what? Can you handle what's on your plate? You can't. You go home every day telling your wife you should be a captain. I know. You think I don't know you're doing that? I know you're doing that. I know you sitting here. How he get raised up? How he become a captain? I should be a captain. I do more than he does. Oh, I know. I see it in your mind. I see you talking to your wife in bed. I see you too, and I see you going to her griping about how you didn't get raised up. I'm in the room with you. I see you there. I hear your talks on the phone. Oh, well, I should be a captain by now. Why aren't I a captain? I'm great in everything. I should be great. You're not a captain because you're terrible. That's why. Ask me why you're not a captain. I'll tell you why you're not a captain. You're terrible at everything. Everything. But brothers love you, so we keep you around. That's just true. Everybody understands. All right, there you go. That's the truth of you. Everybody understands that, right? So, what do you want everybody to be a captain? You think you all should be in charge? Don't do that. Read that again.
Oh God, James chapter 3 and verse 1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation.
Come on, don't you know the minute you become a captain, now you got to get hated more by every goddamn body? Hated all the time. We receive the greater condemnation. Why? Because now we have to be righteous over this big thing. And now everyone judges you based on what you're doing. Now everyone can look at you and say, oh, listen, it's your fault that this happened. It's your fault. Some idiot put on the internet that he committed suicide. Captain I.O.C.K has to go get a call at 2 a.m. General Shalimar has to get a call at 2 a.m. Then I got to get a call at 2:30 a.m. yesterday. Ibaja is from New York is getting a call then. So I got to get a call at 2:30 a.m. that some brother who we love has killed himself. He's dead. So now can you imagine, for you brothers that are not One West, you don't understand this. But brothers in the Israelite school of UPK love each other. They love each other. And if we hear about some brother being harmed, we go into a red alert that you don't quite understand because you probably have never loved anyone. This brother put on the internet last night that his father put on the internet that he committed suicide. He's dead. By 3 a.m., everyone in charge of North Carolina, General Shalimar, Captain I.O.C.K, random brothers, then they call me for counsel, which is what I'm in charge of planning things and strategy. They call me by 3 o'clock. Everyone is rallied up out of goddamn bed, up planning what we're going to do the minute the sun comes up. Then after that, they go down to the brother's house. They stake his house out to go see if anybody is going in. Nobody's going in the house. They ring the doorbell. Nobody is in there. They're calling him online. They're staked out in front of his house until 4 p.m., 3 p.m. today. They go down to the police station. They go to the police. They ask the police to do a wellness check. The police said, we did a wellness check because somebody already called. They already called earlier in the morning. The brother is sitting in the house. He's not dead at all. The brother has schizophrenia, has always had schizophrenia, and he did it. He put on the internet that he committed suicide to just see the outpouring of love that he would get from all these men that love him. You see, when you're in charge, then you have to go make sure that some trooper is safe. Some cat, you don't know him, but he's your responsibility, isn't he? And if he dies, it's on you. If he's hungry, it's on you. The women problems he has with his wife is on you, even though he's going to marry women that you tell him not to marry. He's going to go have sex with some whore that you tell him not to have sex with. And he's going to do it anyway. And then the problems that come are your problems. Is that what you want? You don't. You don't want that. Don't be righteous over much. You handle the things in your realm. You go, what do you got to do? Show up at camp? Do that up. And shut your effing mouth. You show up to camp once a week. What do you got, an operation or something you over? Do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. If you like my phone, come up and get it. That's all you can do. Anytime you're ready. I'm ready to retire 3 years ago. Anything else? Yedaya, Tawada. We done? With that, pass the class over to Police Officer Mathemia. Oh, hold up. I forgot one thing. Give me 1 second. Look at it, brother. He's standing up already. You know I'm coming to you. Come on up here, warrior. Clap it up for it. You see, you heard him answer that question right earlier. I heard you answer that question, and you raised your hand, too. Come on up. I heard you. Come on up, warrior. I saw you raise your hand. You were sitting down. You were being a good boy, and you're strong. And you're smart. Give me a pound. Bang, bang, bang. Good job, brother. Take that with you. Get it on. Hold up now. I see the pretty girl sitting over there. You think I didn't see you? Come look at this pretty girl right here. Look at this pretty, beautiful little girl. Dressed all pretty in One West UPK. You look very beautiful today, and you're very smart. Good job. Clap it up for her. Well done. Am I missing anybody? All right, good to go. With that, pass the class over to Police Officer Mathemia.
Rock. YAHUAH, The I.S.U.P.K security announcements with I.S.U.P.K starting 1 West on 25th Street, New York, under command of General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means a tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocation. The next one's a piece of pure rim. It lands on the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. You can find it in Esther chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, with that men of Israel, Majum, which means to stand. I'm going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Majum, Barak, YAHAWAH, Shem YAHUSHA, Barakah, Yazmatah, Sorrow, which means to turn, Majum, sisters, which means to stand. We're going to give the sister a courtesy salute. Men of Israel. I'm also like, and if you don't know what you know what I mean, for the sisters, you'll have your hand over the other like so, head bow, you know what I'm saying, and you just repeat after me. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imam Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Alatham, Ba'ashim, Yahushua. Yazmatah, Pastor Smith.